Judge, chapter 19. The Levite and his concubine. Now in those days Israel has no king. There was a man from the tribe of Levi living in a remote rural area of the hill country of Ephraim. One day he brought home a woman from Bethlehem in Judah to be his concubine. But she became angry with him and returned to her father's home in Bethlehem. After about 4 months, her husband set out for Bethlehem to speak personally to her and persuade her to come back. He took with him a servant, a pair of donkeys. When he arrived at her father's house, her father sought him and welcomed him. Her father urged him to stay a while, so he stayed 3 days, eating, drinking, and sleeping there. On the fourth day, the man was up early, ready to leave, but the woman's father said to his son-in-law, "Have something to eat before you go." So the two men sat down together and have something to eat and drink. Then the woman's father said, "Please stay another night and enjoy yourself." The man got up to leave, but his father-in-law kept urging him to stay, so he finally gave in and stayed the night. On the morning of the fifth day, he was up early again, ready to leave, and again the woman's father said, "Have something to eat, then you can leave later this afternoon." So they have another day of fasting. Later, as the man and his concubine and servant were prepared to leave, his father-in-law said, "Look, it's almost evening. Stay the night and enjoy yourself. Tomorrow you can get up early and be on your way." But this time the man was determined to leave, so he took his 2 donkey and his concubine and headed into the direction of Jubas, that is Jerusalem. It was late in the day when he neared Jubas, and the man's servant said to him, "Let's stop at the Jubas town and spend the night there." "No," his master said, "we can't stay in the foreign town where there are no Israelites. Instead, we will go to the Gibeon. Come on, let's try to get as far as Gibeon or Ramah, and we will spend the night in one of those towns." So they went down. The sun was setting as they came to Gibeon, a town in the land of Benjamin. So they stopped there to spend the night. They rested in the town square, but no one took them in for the night. That evening an old man came home from his work in the field. He was from the hill country of Ephraim, but he was living in the Gibeon, where the people were from the tribe of Benjamin. When he saw the travelers sitting in the town square, he asked them where they were from and where they were going. "We have been in the basin in Judah," the man replied. "We are on our way to a remote area in the hill country of Ephraim, which is my home. I traveled to Bethlehem and now I'm returning home, but no one has taken us in for the night, even though we have everything we need. We have store and feed for our donkey and plenty of bread and wine for ourselves. You are welcome to stay with me," the old man said. "I will give you anything you might need. But whatever you do, don't spend the night in the square." So he took them home with him and fed the donkey, and after they washed their feet, and they ate and drank together. While they were enjoying themselves, a crowd of troublemakers from the town around the house, they began beating at the door and shouted to the old man, "Bring out the man who is staying with you, so we can have sex with him." The old man stepped out to talk to them. "No, my brother, don't do such evil things, for this man is a guest in my house. Such things would be shameful. Here, take my virgin daughter and this man's concubine. I will bring them out to you, and you can abuse them and do whatever you like, but don't do such shame things to this man." But they won't listen to him. So the Levite took hold of his concubine and pushed her out the door. The men of the town abused her all night, taking turn raping her until morning. Finally, at dawn, they let her go. At daybreak, the woman returned to the house where her husband was staying. She collapsed at the door of the house and lay there until it was night. When her husband opened the door to leave, there lay his concubine with her hand on the thread. He said, "Get up, let's go," but there was no answer, so he put her body on her donkey and took her home. When he got home, he took a knife and cut his concubine's body into 12 pieces. Then he sent one piece to each tribe throughout all the territory of Israel. Everyone who thought it said, such a horrible crime has not been committed in all the time since Israel left Egypt. Think about it. What are you going to do? Who is going to speak up? Chapter 20. Israel's war with Benjamin. Then all the Israelites were united as one man from Dan in the north to Beersheba in the south, including those from across the Jordan in the land of Gilead. The entire community assembled in the presence of the Lord at Mizpah. The leader of all the people and all the tribe of Israel, 400,000 warriors armed with sword, took their position in the assembly of the people of God. Word soon reached the land of Benjamin that the other tribe has gone up to Mizpah. The Israel then asked how this terrible crime had happened. The Levi is the husband of the woman who had been murdered. My concubine and I came to spend the night in Gibeon, a town that belongs to the people of Benjamin. The night some of the leading citizens of Gibeon surrounded the house, planning to kill me, and they raped my concubine until she was dead. So I cut her body into 12 pieces and sent the piece throughout the territory assigned to Israel, for this man has committed a terrible and shameful crime. Now then, all of you, the entire community of Israel, must decide here and now what should be done about this. And all the people rose to their feet in unison and declared, none of us will return home. No, not even one of us. Instead, this is what we will do to Gibeon. We will draw lots to decide who will attack it. 1/10 of the men from each tribe will be chosen to supply the warrior with food, and the rest of us will take revenge on Gibeon of Benjamin for his shameful sins they have done in Israel. So all the Israelites were completely united, and they gathered together to attack the town. The Israelites sent a messenger to the tribe of Benjamin, saying, what terrible things has been done among you? Give up those even men, those troublemakers from Gibeon, so we can accuse them and purge Israel of this evil. But the people of Benjamin would not listen. Instead, they came from the town and gathered at Gibeon to fight the Israelites. In all, 26,000 of the warriors armed with sword running Gibeon to join the 700 elite troops who lived there. Among Benjamin's elite troops, 700 were left-handed, and each of them could sling a rock and hit a target with hair breadth without missing. Israel had 400,000 experienced soldiers armed with sword, not counting Benjamin's warrior. Before the battle, the Israelites went to Bethel and asked God, which tribe should go first to attack the people of Benjamin? The Lord answered, Judah is to go first. So the Israelites left early the next morning and camped near Gibeon. Then they advanced toward Gibeon to attack the men of Benjamin. But Benjamin's warriors who were defending the towns came out and killed 22,000 Israelites on the battleship that day. But the Israelites encouraged each other and took their position again at the same place they had fought the previous day, for they had gone up to Bethel and wept in presence of the Lord until evening. They had asked the Lord, should we fight against our relatives from Benjamin again? The Lord said, go out and fight against them. So the next day they went out again to fight against the men of Benjamin. But the men of Benjamin killed another 80,000 Israelites, all of who were experienced with the sword. Then all the Israelites went up to Bethel and wept in the presence of the Lord and fasted until evening. They also brought burnt offering and peace offering to the Lord. The Israelites went up seeking direction from the Lord. In those days, the Ark of the Covenant of God was in Bethel, and Phinehas, son of Eleazar and the grandson of Aaron, was a priest. The Israelites asked the Lord, Should we fight against our relative from Benjamin again, or should we stop? The Lord said, Go tomorrow, I will hand them over to you. So the Israelites set an ambush all around the Gibeon. They went out on the third day and took the position at the same place as before. When the people of Benjamin came out to attack, they were lured away from the town, and as they had done before, they began to kill the Israelites. About 30 Israelites died in the open field and along the road, on leading to Bethel, and the other leader back to Gibeon. Then the warrior of Benjamin shouted, We defeat them as we did before. But the Israelites had planned in advance to run away, so that the men of Benjamin would chase them along the road and be drawn away from the town. When the Benjamin group of Israel warriors reached Bath-Hermah, they turned and took the position. Meanwhile, the Israelites hiding in ambush to the west of Gibeon, jumped up to fight. There were 10,000 elite Israel troops who advanced against Gibeon. The fight was so heavy that Benjamin didn't realize the impending disaster. The Lord helped Israel defeat Benjamin, and that day the Israel killed 25,100 of Benjamin warriors, all of who were experienced swordmen. Then the men of Benjamin saw that they were beaten. The Israel had retreated from Benjamin's warrior in order to give those hiding in ambush more room to maneuver against Gibeon. Then those who were hiding rushed in from all sides and killed everyone in the town. They had arranged to set up a large cloud of smoke from the town as a signal. When the Israelites saw the smoke, they turned and attacked Benjamin's warrior. By the time Benjamin's warrior had killed about 30 Israelites, and they shouted, We defeat them as we did the first battle. But when the warrior of Benjamin looked behind them, and they saw the smoke rising into the sky from every part of the town, the men of Israel returned and attacked. At this point, the men of Benjamin became terrified because they realized disaster was close at hand. So they turned around and fled before the Israelites towards the wilderness. But they couldn't escape the battle, and the people who came out of the nearby town was also killed. The Israelites surrounded the men of Benjamin and chased them relentlessly, finally overtaking them east of Gibeon. That day, 18,000 of Benjamin's strongest warriors died in the battle. The survivor fled into the wilderness towards the rock of Rimmon, but Israel killed 5,000 of them along the road. They continued the chase until they had killed another 2,000 near Gideon. So that day the tribe of Benjamin lost 25,000 strong warriors armed with swords, leaving only 600 men who escaped to the rock of Rimmon, where they lived for 4 months. And the Israelites returned and slaughtered every living thing in all town, the people, the livestock, and everything they found. They also burned down all the town they came to. Chapter 21. Israelites provide wives for Benjamin. The Israel had vowed at Mizah, We will never give our daughter in marriage to a man from the tribe of Benjamin. Now the people went to Bethel and sat in the presence of God until evening, weeping loud and bitter. Oh Lord God of Israel, they cried, Why has this happened in Israel? Now one of our tribe is missing from Israel. Early the next morning the people built an altar and presented the burnt offering and the peace offering on it. Then they said, Who among the tribe of Israel did not join us at Mizah when we held an assembly in the presence of the Lord? At the time they had taken a solemn oath in the Lord's presence, vowing that anyone who refused to come would be put to death. Israel felt sorry for their brother Benjamin and said, Today one of the tribe of Israel had been cut off. How can we find wives for the few who remain, since we have sworn by the Lord not to give them our daughter in marriage? So they asked, Who among the tribe of Israel did not join us when we assembled in the presence of the Lord? And they discovered that no one from Jephtha attacked the assembly. For after they counted all the people, no one from Jephtha was present. So the assembly sent 12,000 of their best warriors to Jephtha with the order to kill everyone there, including women and children. This is what you are to do, they said. Completely destroy all the male and every woman who is not a virgin. Among the residents of Agani, they found 400 young virgins who had never slept with a man, and they brought them to the camp at Shinar in the land of Canaan. The Israelites assembled, sent a peace delegation to the remaining people of Benjamin who were living at the rock of Rimmon. Then the men of Benjamin returned to their home, and the 400 women of Beginning who had been spared were given to them as wives, but there were not enough women for all of them. The people feel sorry for Benjamin because the Lord had made this gap among the tribes of Israel. So the elder of the assembly asked, "How can we find wives for the few who remain, since the women of the tribe of Benjamin are dead? There must be here for the survivor so that an entire tribe of Israel is not wiped out. But we cannot give them our own daughter in marriage because we have sworn with a solemn oath that anyone who does this will fall under God's curse." Then they thought of the annual festival of the Lord held in Sinan, south of Lebanon, and the lords of Bethlehem among the east side of the road that goes from Bethlehem to Shechem. They told the men of Benjamin who still lead wives, "Go and hide in the vineyard when you see the young women of Sinan come out for their dance. Rush out from the vineyard, and each of you can take one of them home to the land of Benjamin to be your wife. And when the father and the brother come to us in protest, we will tell them, 'Please be sympathetic. Let them have your daughter, for we didn't find a wife for all of them when we destroyed the Jebusite, and we are not guilty of breaking the vow, since you did not actually give your daughter to them in marriage.'" So the men of Benjamin did as they were told. Each man caught one of the women as he dancing in the celebration and carried her off to be his wife. They returned to their town, and they rebuilt their own town and lived in them. Then the people of Israel departed by tribe and family, and they returned to their own home. In those days, Israel has no king. All the people did whatever seemed right in their own eyes. And then we were going to the Ruth chapter 1. Alright, so that is the end of Judge. Those stories so ridiculous, but the Israel people did that. Benjamin tribe did that, and also Israel, all the tribe did that. That is so stupid, but that has happened. That is, God wanted everybody know how stupid people. People always sin and forgot God's commandment. Even they see God as mighty in their own eyes, and little by little they're going to be rebelliant, and they were going to against God's commandment. That is how human's nature. So that's why we need every day to remind ourselves, remind our brother and sister, remind everyone, remember God's commandment, especially the 10 Commandments from God. Alright, so that is today's Bible learning. Hope everybody like it. God bless you everyone. Let's see you tomorrow.